WWL-TV, Channel 4, New Orleans. This is Louisiana's news leader. Channel 4's Eyewitness News.
Good evening, I'm Rachel McNeill. Mike Haas has the night off. A long day of parades is ending with the super crew of Bacchus. But the revelry is far from over. Our Jennifer Huntley is in the center of it all and joins us now with a look at the scene in the French Quarter. Hey, Jennifer.
Hey, Rachel. Well, it is a crazy scene here on Bourbon Street as Fat Tuesday approaches. I was here last night and it was pretty loud, but I actually think it's even louder this evening. Then again, I don't know what I know since I am, of course, this is the first time I've ever been to Mardi Gras. This is all a new experience for me. And earlier this evening, we checked out Bacchus as it rolled through Uptown. The bands, the beads, it's gotta be Bacchus. The super crew marched through their traditional uptown route this evening with the real king reigning as King of Bacchus, Larry King. With 27 floats and 1,000 members, it's all lights, cameras, and action for this crew. The colorful floats bring out thousands of revelers, but this is not entirely a carnival atmosphere. Many are here to see and be seen.
Because my friend's a Jesuit cheerleader, and we wanted to come see her march.
Kathy Stewart and her family have lived in Atlanta for 12 years, but come back every year for Mardi Gras. For her and many others, Bacchus is a family affair. Nothing like Mardi Gras.
Nothing like Mardi Gras. It's a family tradition. It's a family occasion. All of our friends in Atlanta say, "You're taking your kids to Mardi Gras?" And we said, "Of course we're taking our kids to Mardi Gras. We have no choice."
We have family, friends, and a whole bunch of people out here, and we've been sitting out all day having a great time.
A great time at one of Mardi Gras' time-honored traditions. 33 years old, it's a super crew that keeps on ticking with a lot of history and, oh yes, plenty of beads to throw around. If, of course, you're ready to fight for them.
Them gals out there, them some tough critters out here. Look, you see that her? She catches everything on the fly. I think that's Superwoman in disguise.
And then whatever she doesn't catch comes to you?
Yes. Sometimes I gotta push out the way.
And I really like Bacchus because I got some serious beads, including this big guy. He even, his eyes light up. It's just incredible. I'm really getting into this bead thing. I'm starting to understand it. It is just electric out here on Bourbon Street. I'm getting hit from all angles. I actually have two guys guarding me here, but it's a lot of fun. Of course, this party will go into the early morning hours here on Bourbon Street. For now, I'm gonna go toss some beads and I'm gonna throw it back to you, Rachel, in the studio.
All right, Jennifer, were your eyes prepared for some of the sights out in the French Quarter?
I don't think anything can prepare you for this. I think that's what everybody says. That was the best advice I got on Bourbon Street. You just gotta try not to understand it, and just you have to see it to believe it, and that's obviously what I'm doing out here.
Thanks, Jennifer. We're not in Montana anymore.
No, that's true.
All right, thanks a lot. And in Metairie, the Cour de Napoleon rolls through the streets. The 350-member crew kicked off their route at 5:30 this afternoon. 23 floats and 21 marching groups are in tonight's parade with the theme Exotic Realms. Well, will the rain be heading back to town these next couple of days? Joining us now with the first look at the forecast is Brad Panovich. How's it looking out there, Brad?
Looking pretty good this evening, Rachel, and into Lundi Gras. Mardi Gras, we may see some rain come in late in the evening, but I'm hoping that's going to hold off until the overnight hours into Wednesday morning. Take a look at the current readings out there tonight as the revelers continue to go on across the French Quarter. 67 at the airport, 64 in Slidell, 68 at the Lakefront Airport. Take a look at the forecast for tomorrow. Partly cloudy, no chance of rain in the city, only a slight chance near the coast. We'll have to keep an eye on those offshore waters to see if more showers develop. Highs tomorrow around 72 to 76. You may run into some patchy dense fog early tomorrow morning as well. Coming up in weather, we'll talk about the forecast and the chances of rain in this pesky stalled front down to our south, which may cause some problems for that Mardi Gras forecast. Rachel?
Okay, thanks, Brad. We'll see you later on. Well, rain poured down on several parades, but by the time the clouds opened up, the crews were already rolling. As Jennifer John reports, they continued in on the elements and the crowds toughed it out right along with them.
An umbrella turned upside down can make a great bead catcher. A lesson from the die-hard school of parade watching for people who will not be scared away by rain, gusty winds, and the occasional bolt of lightning.
I love it. I have to see the parade and celebrate the Mardi Gras.
While umbrellas line the streets in Uptown, some people refuse to shield themselves from the elements because that would mean, heaven forbid, tying up a free hand.
You need both hands. You need both hands to fight all the other people off.
Regulars say the crowds are a little thinner than normal, but that just means a better view for people who don't mind getting their hair wet. You even have to stand up.
I know, just sit right here and they throw it right to you.
Did you think about not coming because of the weather?
Yes, we did. We were going to bring my mother-in-law. She's 84. She comes to all the Mid-City parades, but the rain scared her off today.
The crew of Mid-City is one of 16 parades rolling today on the busiest parade day besides Fat Tuesday. The crew's all toughed it out, their marching bands draped in plastic. The soggy crowds greeted them with smiles and at least one outstretched hand.
I'm having a great time. Happy Mardi Gras.
Jennifer John, Eyewitness News, Night Watch.
And stay tuned to Channel 4 for the latest Carnival information. And don't forget about our Mardi Gras coverage. Carnival Spirit 2001 airs live from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. on Fat Tuesday. With the carnival season in full swing, authorities are trying to ensure safety on the roads. They're conducting a DWI checkpoint at this hour in Jefferson Parish. The stops are in Westwego, and drivers are advised to be ready to show pertinent information, including a valid driver's license as well as their registration. Authorities are investigating a domestic disturbance that may have led to the murder of a New Orleans East woman. The NOPD says they were responding to reports of domestic violence at a home when they saw a car leaving the house. After a brief chase, police stopped the vehicle and found an unresponsive woman in the passenger seat. She was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver, Viet Nguyen, was booked on charges of second-degree murder. Authorities are asking for help in finding a missing teen. 15-year-old Danny Scott has not been seen since last Wednesday. His mother told police he boarded the bus heading for school and never came home. Scott is an African-American male, 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighs 130 pounds. He has brown hair, hazel eyes, and a scar on the left side of his nose. If you have any information on his whereabouts, you're asked to call the NOPD's Juvenile Bureau at 826-1265. Some residents of northern Mississippi are cleaning up after a deadly tornado ripped through the town. 7 people are reported dead as a result of a twister with winds of more than 150 miles per hour. CBS's Lee Cowan has more.
In Mississippi, tornado season hasn't even officially begun, and already it's been a killer. Spawned from winter winds, the second tornado in as many weeks ripped through the northeastern part of the state, leaving nearly 300 homes in tatters and residents in mourning for the dead.
What was going through your mind?
We were going to get killed.
We're all alive, and that's all that matters.
Packing winds of more than 150 miles an hour, the tornado spun its way through at least 2 counties, taking at least 2 different paths through a densely populated area near Tupelo, with little or no warning.
I called the fire department here and asked, are there any sirens? And the lady said, yes, ma'am, it went off 8 minutes ago. You need to seek shelter.
It was part of the same weekend system that tore through central Texas, leaving downed trees, electrical fires, and road closures in its wake. Massive thunderstorms generated winds so strong, a steel billboard was ripped from its mooring.
Something hit me in the seat and pushed me forward, and it must have been the hand of the Lord to get me out of the way.
By the time it got to Arkansas, the storm had only strengthened. Emergency officials near Little Rock say it's damage they've seen before, the clear footprint of still another tornado. It was the kind of storm the South is used to seeing later in the spring, not the middle of winter. An early start, some fear, to a storm season many predicted would be less severe. Lee Cowan, CBS News, New York.
Authorities say the missing have been accounted for, but they'll continue to search for more bodies tomorrow. In Arkansas, yet another death can be blamed on a tornado. Earlier, a twister destroyed a family's home, killing a 2-year-old boy. In Seattle, Mardi Gras festivities turned ugly after last call. Police needed riot gear to clean the streets after the bars closed and patrons poured over into the roads. Tear gas and rubber bullets were used to break up the crowd of about 2,000 people. This is the second night in a row police intervention was called to the area. 1 officer was injured and 6 people were arrested, mostly for assault. And in California, a medium-sized earthquake rocks the San Francisco Bay Area. The quake measured 4.4 on the Richter scale and was centered about 11 miles east of San Jose. There were no reports of major damage or injuries. President Bush and First Lady Laura are welcoming governors from all over the country to their first formal dinner at the White House. 138 governors accompanied by their spouses were in attendance, along with cabinet members and top Bush aides. The president also spent the weekend putting the finishing touches on his plans for a tax cut. He's set to meet with Congress this week on his $1.6 trillion tax cut proposal. Secretary of State Colin Powell has spent the weekend meeting with foreign leaders in the Middle East. Today he sat down for a 2-hour meeting with Yasser Arafat. He also met with Israeli President-elect Ariel, Sharon. Powell is urging Israel to lift its economic constraints on the Palestinians. He maintains it does nothing to improve security. Also in the Middle East today, former President Bush and retired General Norman Schwarzkopf were on hand in Kuwait celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Gulf War. Kuwaitis held festivities in honor of the end of Iraqi occupation. Several unresolved issues do remain, including prisoners of war. Kuwait accuses Baghdad of holding some 600 people captive. Iraq denies that claim. It maintains it has released all war prisoners. Well, coming up after the break, Brad Panovich will join us with the complete weather outlook, and it may not be too late to pick out a Mardi Gras disguise. We'll give you a look at some of the world's best masks.
You're in New Orleans for the first time during Mardi Gras.
What's up, New Orleans?
Locals can get a fresh look at Carnival when Jennifer Huntley talks to Mardi Gras rookies. Monday on Channel 4. Catch all the Mardi Gras crews with our 2001 Carnival Spirit schedule. You'll know where and when the parades will roll with this handy pocket-sized calendar. Yours free while they last from participating Popeyes and Channel 4.
Oh, you want this now, huh? Yeah. You want this? Go get it! It's got to be the dog chow.
Dog chow is packed with everything your dog needs to build and rejuvenate strong muscles so he can keep on amazing you day after day. Incredible dog food, incredible dogs. Purina Dog Chow brand. Here's another healthy option. Bring home the great taste and smaller bite-sized shapes of Dog Chow Little Bites. No matter what size your dog, he'll love you for it.
They haven't seen it yet. They're bound to say something.
You know them. Never at a loss for words.
The Chevy Silverado two-wheel drive half-ton regular cab V6 has more standard torque than a comparable Ford F-150 or Dodge Ram 1500. Silverado, the truck from Chevy.
Act like they've never seen a truck before.
The GMAC Smart Buy on a 2001 Silverado.